It's 11 p.m. You have worked so hard. You have eaten all the foods that you just didn't really want to eat. You've stuck to your program, you've stuck to your regime, you've put in all of the hours into the gym. You may have your show coming up and it's really crunch time. Maybe you've already had your show and these are the days that are following on after. And all of a sudden, you have eaten everything under the sun. You've eaten all of your bad foods, all of the foods that you've been dreaming of whilst you've been training, all of the foods that you've been dreaming of whilst you've been cutting. And suddenly everything feels like it's crashing down, like all your work has been undone and you can't go back and you've ruined it all and you've done everything that you said that you wouldn't have. And you're pretending like everything's okay. We don't talk about this side of the fitness industry a lot, the side where discipline can become obsession, where meal plans turn into isolation, away from your friends and family, away from social gatherings, where a single cheat meal can spiral into just complete desolation, where it feels like it's impossible to come back from. And you've ruined everything and you've undone all your progress and you just don't know how to see a way out. Today we're unpacking the link that no one really talks about between the bodybuilding culture and what is happening in your brain and your body when you binge, why so many athletes struggle, and really how to heal your relationship with food without losing your passion for training. If you're new here, hi, my name is Suzie. I help people transform their lives by ending binge and emotional eating for them for good, once and for all, without calorie counting, cutting out your favorite foods, without willpower, without weight loss meds or surgery or starting over every Monday. Together, we can give you your life back so that you can have a take it or leave it attitude with food, the easiest and the lightest relationship with food and your body that you have always dreamt of and is absolutely possible for you. So if you find this video valuable, please hit the like button, share it with someone if you can, subscribe if you can. It all helps build this channel and get this information and this message out to the people that really need it. I post long form videos just like this one on Mondays, Wednesdays, and soon to be Fridays. So why do bodybuilding and binge eating go hand in hand? Bodybuilding prep is by design a state of controlled deprivation. You're training really hard, you're cutting your calories, you are chasing precision. The problem is that the human body is separate from you, and the human body sees this as famine. So your hunger hormones like ghrelin rise, your fullness hormones like leptin fall, other hormones like cholecystokinin, which come into effect when the sense of reward from food depletes. So after a while, you just don't really want to eat anymore. That goes down completely. And your brain's reward center, the one wired for survival, becomes absolutely hyper-focused on food. So in your prep time, if you find yourself that you feel that you're self-sabotaging, or maybe it's a few days after your show, this is when a lot of people experience binge eating, and this is not weakness, it is biology rebounding. Your body's doing exactly what it's meant to do. It is protecting you from starvation. So I want you to think of it a bit like a pendulum. The harder you swing towards restriction, the harder it swings back towards excess. And the only way to stop it is not by more control, it's by finding center. Bodybuilding is not just about sculpting the body, it's sculpting belief systems, clean foods, dirty foods, good days, cheat days. That kind of black and white mindset creates what psychologists call moralized eating. The belief that your worth rises and falls with how perfectly you eat. So when you eat something off plan, it's not just a slip, it feels to you like a failure. And that guilt creates stress, and that stress amplifies cravings, turning one cheat into a full-blown binge. So this is not emotional weakness. You are not weak. It's your nervous system seeking relief from rigidity. So what happens in the body when you're feeling this? After a long time of restriction, your metabolism basically completely slows down. It's what we call adaptive thermogenesis. Then your thyroid hormones drop and your muscle repair stalls, and then hunger skyrockets. So when you finally eat freely, your body stores glycogen, water, and sodium, and sometimes this can actually add several kilograms overnight to some bodies. So that's not fat gain, it's just your body refilling its fuel tank. Think of your metabolism like a thermostat. During prep, it's turned way down to save energy, and when you start eating again, it doesn't heat back up instantly. It needs time and consistency to reset. So let's talk about comparison and body image dysmorphia when it comes to bodybuilding. Here's the part almost no one in this world talks about, and I'm not a part of the bodybuilding community, as you can probably see. But in bodybuilding, your physique becomes your identity for a lot of people. You are judged, measured, compared both on stage and online for a lot of people, and within your community. And even after reaching what most people call the perfect body, it often doesn't feel perfect from the inside. Research shows that physique athletes are at much higher risk of body dysmorphic symptoms, especially post-competition. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that your show body, the one that everyone is praising and that you're getting points for, is also the most unsustainable version of your body. So when you regain the weight, your body needs to function. Your brain interprets it as a loss. So you scroll through social media, you're comparing your reverse diet self to others who are still shredded and who have taken a snapshot or a video in a moment in time. And then the problem is that shame sets in. And that shame is what fuels restriction, which fuels binging. And this doesn't just affect women. Men in bodybuilding are particularly prone to muscle dysmorphia, or what they call bigomorphia, I believe. But few people actually speak about it. This isn't, it's not just vanity, it is an identity. And when your worth is tied to your physique, eating normally can feel like you're almost losing who you are. And that's what I call an identity hangover. When the applause fades and the structure disappears and you're left asking, well, who am I without this? Food becomes the only familiar comfort. Healing means learning that your body doesn't need to shrink to be successful. And I know that this is probably going to fall on deaf ears, because if you want to be a bodybuilder, you be a bodybuilder. I'm not telling you that you can't be a bodybuilder or that you shouldn't want to be a bodybuilder. But if you're experiencing binge eating tendencies and binge eating patterns and binge eating behaviors that you don't want to experience, and you realize that it's to the detriment of your overall health, your mental health, and your physical health, then yeah, it's probably time to change things up and really reevaluate what's important to you. At the end of the day, your worth is never dependent on what the mirror is showing back to you. So let's talk about the emotional fallout after a show. The post-show binge feels like betrayal to a lot of bodybuilders, especially when your whole life revolves around control. But you need to remember that it is not betrayal, it is a message. It is, I can't survive under this pressure anymore. The same drive that, makes you committed to go to the gym and committed to your program can make you really harsh on yourself when you fall short, and that stress response releases the cortisol, which increases cravings, and you feel like it's just a lose-lose situation at this point. The thing is, you don't need to punish yourself into control. You need to build safety into nourishment. After months of dieting, your dopamine receptors basically become hypersensitive. It's kind of like living in silence and then suddenly hearing music again. So when you finally eat, food doesn't just taste good, it feels euphoric. Like, when we see people on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, for example, and they have had restricted food for so long, for however many weeks, and then they finally come back to, a hotel with a flushing toilet and a running hot shower and food on the table. And there's so many scenes of these celebrities like, oh my God, like, can't believe this tastes so good. But that's for a reason, because your body and your brain adapt to make you want to eat food way more, because your body and your mind want you to survive. That's its only job, is to keep you safe. It doesn't care if you're happy or sad. So you are not addicted to food if you have experienced this. You've been deprived of reward, essentially. I cannot tell you how many coaches, competitors, and influencers go through the exact same cycle and keep it quiet, because they're praised publicly for control when privately they are struggling with chaos. And I know, because I have had many of these people as my clients. So you're not broken, you are human in a system that rewards extremes. So here's what recovery actually looks like without giving up your love for fitness. 1, you need to eat regularly, structured meals every 3 to 4 hours. It retrains your hunger and your fullness cues. Number 2, you need to neutralize the food language. So clean and cheat are marketing words. They are not morality. We should not be attaching morality to food. Like, these are good foods, so therefore when I eat them, I'm a good human. These are bad foods, and therefore when I eat them, I'm a bad human. Number 3 is you need to rebuild your nervous system. You need to nourish yourself. You need to create decompression rituals, walking, journaling, breathing, connecting in some way. Number 4, you need to redefine your identity. Ask, who am I beyond this physique? Build worth that cannot be measured. Number 5, you need to seek informed support. Work with a therapist who understands binge eating and athlete psychology. That doesn't need to be me. It could be any therapist that you feel comfortable with, that you feel is a right fit for you. Because when you outsource the help, your healing can 10x. And remember that physiological healing takes time. After, you know, a lot of restriction, it can take weeks, even months for your hormones and your metabolism and your mood to stabilize. And that is completely normal. If you feel that, you are not alone, and you will not be the last person that experiences that. Binging after bodybuilding, not a failure. It is a feedback system. Your body's saying, I need safety. Your mind is saying, I am scared to lose control again. And when you meet both of those needs, nourishment and emotional stability, that is where healing begins. Imagine training again because you love how it feels, not because you are trying to shrink. Eating without overthinking, feeling calm around food and proud of your strength for reasons that have nothing to do with size and your physique, how muscly you are, or how little fat, or how low your fat percentage is. So if you are ready to break free from emotional eating and binge eating and the whole binge restrict cycle and rebuild trust with your body again, you can watch your free masterclass at esthetherapy.com/free masterclass. I'll put it here for you. You can explore loads of free resources at esthetherapy.com, including my blog on how to get started, as well as how to maintain healing and how to 10x your healing. You can book a free, no obligation consultation call with me at calendly.com/esthetherapy. You have nothing to lose, it is free, but slots do fill up very, very quickly. So you need to book in as soon as you can if you're ready for your healing. All you need to do is fill out a short questionnaire and then book a time slot that works for you. Remember that your body is not rebelling against you, it's recovering for you. And when you can replace shame with safety, healing isn't just a theory, it is inevitable. So please share this with anyone that needs to hear it. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. As I said, I release content daily and these long form videos working up to 3 times a week. So I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.